Hello students, in today's video lecture I'll complete question number 31 till 40. Okay, question number 31 is resonant angular frequency at which velocity resonance will take place in a forced oscillator having differential equation 5 d2x by dt square plus 3 dx by dt plus 125x is equal to 25 sine qt is equal to dash unit. So here we need to find out actually the value of the resonant angular frequency. Okay, now one more thing is they said that velocity resonance takes place. So the formula for this is simply for velocity resonance takes place, at that time we can say value of q is same as omega. Okay, now omega formula everybody knows, so we can say q is equal to under root k by m, like we write for omega is equal to under root k by m. So as q is omega, q also will have the same logic. Okay, what is this equation? This is m d2x by dt square, so m is 5. Okay, so we can mention 5 plus r dx by dt plus kx, so my k is 125 is equal to f0 sine qt, correct? So if this is the case, under root 125 by 5 we can write 5 2s are 10 and 5 5s are 25, so therefore it is 5 units, therefore the correct answer is D. Okay, move to the question number 32 now. Question number 32 is a railway engine blowing a whistle of frequency 960 hertz. So here n is given to us 960 hertz, and a listener are moving with 10 meters per second and 2 meters per second towards each other. So this is my diagram. This is the listener, this is the source. The this thing frequency is given and velocity is 10 meters per second and this is 2 meters per second. So this is my CS, this is my CL. Fine. If air is at rest, the apparent frequency of sound as heard by the listener will be how much hertz? Okay, so in this case what we need to know, we need to know the value of apparent frequency. N dash is equal to C plus CL divided by C minus CS into N. So N over here is the frequency of the source. So source is this, which is giving me 960 hertz frequency. Fine. Okay, how much C is given? 330. So I can say 330 plus. Now how much is CL? CL is 2 divided by C is 330 minus CS is 10 into 960. That is given to you. So 330 plus 2 will be 332 and this will be 320 into 960. So if you simplify this, we will clearly get the answer to be around 996 hertz. Okay, so here the options were missing, so no doubt, no problem, we can still say that the if at all A, B, C, D, so we can say suppose A is 992, 993, 994 and 996, so answer D is correct. Okay, next we'll move to question number 33. Question number 33 says the velocity of sound in water of density 1000 kg per meter cube is 1500 meters per second, then the bulk modulus of water will be how much? Okay, so over here we need to know the formula for velocity of sound. C is equal to under root K by rho. Okay, so if at all I square this, what I get? I get C square is equal to K by rho. So over here I need to know k. So I can say k is equal to c square into rho. What is this k? Is the bulk modulus. Fine. Okay. How much is the rho? 1000. How much is the velocity? 1500. So c is 1500 square into 1000. Okay. So if at all we simplify this, okay, this will be 2250, okay, and 3 more zeros because we are squaring it also, into 1000. If you multiply this, you will be getting the answer 2.25. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So 10 to the power 9 Newton per meter square. Okay, so 2.25 10 to the power 9. So answer C is perfect. This is the way we will be catching the perfect answer out of the 4 options given over here. Now we'll move to question number 34. Okay. Question number 34 is, a pan attached to a spring balance has a mass of 1 kg. Okay. A weight of 2 kg when placed on the pan compresses the spring by 0.1 meters. The period of oscillations of the empty pan will be dash seconds. Okay, this is the question asked. So first of all, what they say, that the weight of 2 kg, what it does, it compresses the spring by 0.1. So we'll say first mg is equal to kx. How much is the mass we added? 2 kg. How much is g? 9.8. How much is the k? We did not know. How much it will compress? 0.1 meters. Okay, so this will give me k. So k will give me 2 into 9.8 divided by 0.1. That gives me around 196. This is my k is ready. Now I come back and say that the period of oscillation for the mass of 1 kg, that's what I want now, will be how much? What is the formula? T is equal to 2 pi by omega. Now what is the value for omega? Omega square we say is k by m. So omega will be under root k by m. So I'll say m by k because I am taking it in the numerator. Right? So how much is my k? Mass is 1 kg now. Empty pan means 1 kg. So now I'll say 1 divided by 196. Okay. So this will give me 2 pi under root 196. Okay, I don't have to write that. So directly I'll write 40. Because under root, if at all it comes out, it will become 40. So 2 sevens are 14. So pi by 7, or if it is 3.14 divided by 7, you get around 0.448 or approximately 0.45 seconds is my period of oscillations. Okay, 0.45 seconds. So this is 0.2, 0.4, 0.45, 0.48. So my answer is C over here. Fine. Move to question number 35. Question number 35 says the total energy of the undamped oscillator is 1.8 10 to the power minus 5 joules. Fine. The restoring force per unit displacement is 10 to the power minus 2 Newton per meter. The amplitude of the oscillator will be how much centimeter? So in this case, what they say, the total energy of the undamped oscillator, the formula is 1/2 Ka square. How much is that given to you? 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 5 joules. Now restoring force is also given to you and we need to know A. Fine. So what we can say? We can say Ka square is 1.8 10 to the power minus 5 into 2. Then I'll say A square is 1.8 10 to the power minus 5 into 2 divided by K. K is how much? 10 to the power minus 2. Okay. So if you simplify this, how much you get? 1.8 into 2 will be 3.6. into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, minus 2 goes up, become plus 2, minus 5 plus 2 will be minus 3. Or I can say 36 10 to the power minus 4. Okay, this is a square. So we can say therefore a has to be, this will be 6 into 10 to the power minus 2 or 6 centimeter. This is my answer. So here the options are 2, 3, 5, 6. So answer D is correct. Okay. Next question. The threshold of audibility is at the intensity dash watts per meter square at 1 kilohertz frequency. Now in the last chapter when we solved the problems, okay, there we have took a I0 constant. Okay, so that I0 was always 10 to the power minus 12. So that's why this is the perfect answer. We'll move to question number 37 now. Okay, question number 37 is the intensity level in bell is dash. Now it is given very clearly that one bell is nothing but 10 dB. Fine. And what is my intensity level formula? It is 10 log I by I0 to the base 10. Perfect. So one bell is 10 dB. So the formula should be how much? It should be log I by I0. Okay. So my answer A is correct. 10 log will be intensity level in dB. This is in bell. B-E-L. Okay. One bell is 10 dB. Done. Next question number 38 is dash gravitational waves are thought to be produced by a single spinning massive object like a neutron star. Okay. Now we have seen gravitational waves where we have total 4 types. Okay. Basically the LIGO scientists have defined there are total 4 categories of the gravitational waves. Which are they? First is continuous, second is compact binary in spiral, third is stochastic, and fourth is the burst. So for this neutron-like star, we have the option A and D is correct, that is continuous. Okay, these are the 4 types we should say discovered or defined by the scientists from LIGO. Okay. We'll move to question number 39 now. Question number 39 says, which waves are almost entirely responsible for the damage and destruction associated with earthquakes? Okay. Now we are seeing that there are basic 2 types. One is body wave and the surface waves. Okay. Now there we have another 4 types. Which are the 4 types? Primary waves or the P waves, secondary or the S waves, third is Rayleigh waves, and fourth is lateral or L waves. Okay. So, but we have seen very well one more thing, that the maximum damage or destruction is associated with basically the surface waves. Okay. Next comes the last question, which is the equation of forced oscillations is given as 4d2x by dt square plus 2dx by dt plus 16x is equal to 30 sine 2t. Then the value of resonant angular frequency at which velocity resonance takes place will be how much units? Okay. So as mentioned earlier also, that velocity resonance when it takes place, the value of q is same as omega. Fine. So value of q will be under root k by m. How much is k over here? This is m r k. So r k is 16. How much is m? It's 4. So 4 4s are 16. So this should be 2 units. Fine. So this is the way we can solve as many questions as possible. I tried my level best to cover total 40 questions. I hope that this is sufficient because we have covered from chapter 1 to chapter 5 in details, and I took it in continuation, not all the first chapter 1 first, then chapter 2, then 3 and 4 and 5. Instead of that, I took all the chapters continuously. Okay, so that will definitely help you while solving your paper. Okay, any other difficulty, if you have it, feel free to ask me. Okay, thank you very much. I hope this my efforts of making this MCQ will benefit you. Okay, thank you very much.